A very good afternoon and welcome to Lunchtime News on NTV Sports. Taking a look at the headlines, 2 die owing to diarrhea in Lindula. Water samples sent for tests. Inclement weather affects the power supply, and US Secretary of State on the Brazilian tour. Now for those stories in detail, the patients who arrive at the Kantale Base Hospital have been highly inconvenienced due to the unavailability of an anesthetist. They point out that they have been facing this problem for about a month now. The specialist anesthetist in charge of the operating theatre and the accident ward of the Kantale Base Hospital has been on sick leave since the 13th of last month following an accident. The superintendent of the Kantale Base Hospital, Dr. D.G.M. Costa, stated that the scheduled operations have been temporarily halted due to this reason.
I was admitted to the Kantale Hospital following an accident. The doctor said surgery was required. They further said that even though it could be done at the Kantale Base Hospital, since there is no anesthetist, I will be transferred to another hospital. Since we don't have a specialist anesthetist for the past 3 weeks, we are unable to conduct any routine or emergency surgeries. Patients are highly inconvenienced due to this, as we have to transfer them to another hospital.
Superintendent of the Kantale Base Hospital, Dr. D.G.M. Costa, stated that the Ministry of Health has been informed about the situation.
We are using the general anesthetist in emergency operations. However, the pre-planned surgeries are currently on hold. Even the emergency surgeries are falling behind as there is no specialist anesthetist. Therefore, we are compelled to transfer certain patients to other hospitals.
The Ministry of National Heritage has decided to open all sections at the National Museum to the public from the 25th of this month. Secretary to the Ministry, Kanti Wijetunga, noted that the new employees will be recruited for this purpose.
Secretary to the Ministry of National Heritage, Kanti Wijetunga, noted that at present only the ground floor of the National Museum is open for public viewing. She went on to say that there is an insufficient number of employees to be deployed to the second floor. Meanwhile, the report on the investigation conducted by the Ministry on the recent robbery at the museum will be handed over to the Ministry Secretary on the 20th. So far, 8 employees of the National Museum have been suspended in connection with the incident. Wijetunga added that in addition, a number of employees have also been transferred.
2 suspects have been arrested in connection with the attack on the house of Minister Lakshman Seneviratne located in Mahiyangane. Police media spokesperson SP Ajit Rohana said that the suspects are residents of Mahiyangane and Padulla. Individuals who arrived on a motorcycle on the 14th of this month attacked the minister's house. The police media spokesperson added that several windows and equipment in the house had been damaged. The suspects are to be produced before the Mahiyangane Magistrates Court today. Well, the Ministry of Health says that there is an increased threat of the spread of rabies. Director of Public Health of the Veterinary Department at the Ministry of Health, Dr. P.A.L. Harishchandra, pointed out that this situation has arisen as a result of infected animals coming into contact with communities. Dr. Harishchandra added that when domesticated pets come into contact with infected animals that enter communities, these pets become vulnerable to the disease. He requested the public to keep their pet dogs on a leash and not let them stray. The director added that if one is bitten by any dog, the victim should seek immediate medical attention. Meanwhile, 9 people have died from rabies so far this year. Taking a look back at one of our headline-making local stories, well, 2 persons have died due to diarrhea in the Lindula area in Nuwara. Medical officer of the health in the Lindula Kotagala area, Dr. Janaka Abiratna, said that 1 person died this morning. Taking a look back at our local stories, well, 2 persons have died due to diarrhea in the Lindula area in Nuwara. Medical Officer of Health in the Lindula Kotagala area, Dr. Janaka Abhiratna, said that 1 person died this morning.
One of the deceased is a 46-year-old male who has been suffering from diarrhea over the past few days. Medical Officer of Health in the Lindula Kotagala area, Dr. Janaka Abhiratna, said that the individual had acute symptoms of diarrhea when he was brought to hospital. A child also died from diarrhea on the 31st of last month. Meanwhile, District Medical Officer Dr. Chandika Bandara said that in the past 2 weeks, over 800 persons have contracted diarrhea. More than 40 persons are currently receiving treatment at the Lindula District Hospital for diarrhea. A correspondent said that many of the patients are those residing in the Talawakale Urban Council limits. Speaking to News First, District Medical Officer Dr. Chandika Bandara Vikramasuriya said that the group had taken ill after drinking contaminated water. He went on to say that more than 800 persons had been treated for similar conditions during the past 2 weeks alone. Chairman of the Lindula Talawakale Urban Council, Ashok Sepala, told News First that this situation had arisen as a result of the water board supplying unpurified water. Water is now being supplied to those residing in the area through bowsers. When News First inquired from the water board officer in charge of Talawakale, K. Aruneshwaran, he said that a solution to this problem will be provided following discussions with the Talawakale Urban Council today.
Well, the CID told the Colombo Additional Magistrate Prasanna Alves today that parliamentarian Duminda Silva is currently receiving treatment at the Elizabeth Hospital in Singapore. This was revealed in court by ASP Shani Abesekara of the CID. SP Abesekara told court that MP Duminda Silva had been receiving treatment in Ward 2 at the Elizabeth Hospital in Singapore following the shooting incident that took place on the 8th of October. SP Shani Abesekara, presenting another report to court, stated that this information had come to light following a statement obtained from Duminda Silva's father, Premlal Silva. President's counsel Hemant Warnakulasuriya, appearing on behalf of Duminda Silva's father, submitted an affidavit presented by Duminda Silva's father and confirmed the report submitted by the CID. He added that MP Duminda Silva's condition is still not stable and he is to undergo further surgery shortly. Meanwhile, appearing on behalf of the family of late Bharata Lakshman Shrimachandra, President's counsel Thirantha Verliada said that ever since the incident, the CID had always attempted to protect Duminda Silva. Responding to this, counsel for Duminda Silva, Hemant Warnakulasuriya, noted that his client is not evading court but was unable to appear before court due to his medical condition. At this point, President's counsel Thirantha Verliada urged the court to issue a warrant for Duminda Silva's arrest and to direct the police to seek the assistance of Interpol to carry out the arrest. In response, the magistrate noted that Duminda Silva is both a suspect and a victim. The magistrate also noted that since the CID has not informed the court of their inability to arrest the MP, a warrant for this purpose cannot be issued. The inquiry is to be taken up again on the 27th of April and the suspects have been remanded until then. Well, the Minister of Power and Energy states that power disruptions have been reported from many areas owing to the prevalent inclement weather conditions. Minister of Power and Energy Champika Ranaweka noted that many of these power disruptions had been caused by strong winds and lightning. The minister added that teams have been deployed to affected areas to restore the power supply.
Several issues have cropped up owing to the strong winds affecting our power lines. We are also facing problems with the supply of electricity owing to lightning strikes and branches of trees falling on power cables. Such incidents have increased this time. Teams have been deployed to the affected areas to restore the supply.
Meanwhile, the Department of Meteorology says that inter-monsoon weather conditions are likely to be experienced in the coming days. Duty officer at the Met Department, Chaminda De Silva, stated that measures should be taken to prevent lightning-related accidents.
Still now, the intertropical convergence zone is over us, that is over Sri Lanka. Intertropical convergence zone means, in fact, the winds coming from northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere meeting area. So there, if winds are converging, if they are meeting, there is no way other than moving up. So then that area is very much favorable for the formation of clouds. So we expect thunderstorms with lightning activities during the afternoon and evening over most parts of the island.
Well, with that, we wrap up this edition of Lunchtime News. But I'll see you again at 1:55 with the very latest. Until then, take care.